Hello and welcome and Merry Christmas to you all. Now, there is a Lego sale started already on the website. So their sale is now on Christmas Eve. We are 7:30 in the evening in the UK and it is already started. So, of course, what we're going to do after a little bit of fun is see, obviously, what's on sale and carry on with the Battle of the Sets ready for the qualifiers for New Year's Eve, which should be a bit fun. So we're going to be on for about an hour and a half, just plodding on and seeing basically what's what. And every time I start this live stream, Pumpkin looks at me like I was tired. You've woken me up. Will you let me go? Go on then. Go on the door. Come on. Shift. Every single time we start a new live stream down here, she's like, I am not having that at all. So we're going to check in and see. I'll wait for the notifications to go out. I will show off some bits and pieces on the Lego website with regards to obviously what's in their new sale. And then I can carry on looking at the sets in the sale when we start doing the poll, because the poll stuff should be simple enough this evening because it's all massive things apart from. So the first round, to keep it on theme with the evening, we're going to be putting up the gingerbread house, which is, hopefully it should just pop up. This beautiful thing just here. We're going to start putting that up against some of the other Lego Winter Village sets. So take your eyeballs on this. I'm just waiting for everything to load in the backgrounds. Of course, on the one night I want it to work, it's on a super glow slow. I've literally got a ring of death at the moment, which is fantastic. So we've got the Alpine Lodge is the second set that it's going to go up again, which is this one just here. And then the third set it's going to go up against is the new post office, which just didn't seem to do very well. Don't know why. I do not why. So that is this one. And then the last one it's going to go up against is the Winter 8080. Now, we all know what that one looks like. It's on a huge back order, but they are the 4 sets. The rest of the sets, I don't really think I'm going to need to show off. So it's, my evening is going to be really simple. But we've got the Gingerbread 8080 going up against the Santa's Post Office, which looks nice. Going up against the Alpine Lodge, which looks nice. Going up against the clear winner, which is the Gingerbread House, because this is by far the better set of everything. I'm just saying. So that is what we're going to be doing in the first 4. So yes, good evening, and everybody. Hopefully you are having a lovely Christmas, and I say lovely Christmas. Hopefully you're looking forward to the build-up of Christmas. Yeah, we'll see how it goes on. So as the notifications are going out, we'll start the poll in 2 minutes and then we'll check the new sets. Simple as that. So the poll is going to be obviously the winter stuff. So winter round, what is best? And then the sets will get bigger and bigger. So we've got the gingerbread house, big one, going up against 3 of the sets. And then I want to see what I haven't looked yet. What is actually in the Lego sale, because when we did the quick build this morning and somebody said, oh, the advent calendar is a good value at 40% off, and then when I checked it was 50. So I'm assuming it must have started early, and it didn't kick off. So all of the sets that are about to come on your screen in 5 seconds time are from the winter round. You've got 5 minutes to get your votes in. The poll is on now. So a quick recap of the 4 sets. You have that one going up against this one, going up against this one, going up against this one. Remember, the rules are nice and simple. It's winner stays on. That's all it is. Winner stays on. And then we are doing a second chance round this evening as well. Everybody that's liked the video so far, guys, thank you very much indeed. It massively helps. And it is literally the losing 2 sets of each round get knocked out. And then obviously we will give the second place a second chance as it goes through. So let's take a quick look at this for the next couple of minutes, and then we will get the next round up and going. So we've got 6 rounds to get through, and then we've got 3 second chance rounds. But let's have a look and see what stuff is on a sale. Let's go from high to low and then just see what ends up coming in to the sale. So the highest thing at the moment. So we've got some big things. We've got the Force of Creativity book is at 40%. I'm sure that was some of these were in. The jokes this morning of maybe some bigger sets going in tomorrow being the Rivendell. Not 100% sure that's going to be the case. But yeah, hopefully there'll be some sets in the sale for you guys and girls to have a look at. So yeah, you got the Star Wars book 40% off. You got the Beekeeper House and Flower Garden 30% off. The concert at the Plaza. So there, what's that? Friends, and that's that Animal Crossing, isn't it? Yeah. And then it looks like we've got another Animal Crossing set underneath, which is the Nook's Cranny. See, it's weird these because in store, these sold out on the first day because I just happened to go into the Lego store in Bristol and you couldn't get the Animal Crossing sets. But now the same sets have got into a huge sale on the Lego website. So I don't know, maybe they made too many of them. I'm not too sure. I know, Ryan, it's sad, isn't it? But luckily, there's a new sale starting today, so we can talk about this. And of course, it's all about Willy Wonka anyway. We're going to see if Willy Wonka's on times 50. 30% for the Santa sleigh, $39.99 down to $27.99. So if Willy Wonka has not made the list, I'm afraid, Ryan. So you don't have to worry. But the difference is that we've got all these different sets. I've got all these sets to try and get through before New Year's Eve. So 5-minute rounds. You've got 3 minutes left. You've got the Gingerbread House, the big one, going up against the Alpine Lodge, going up against the Post Office, going up against the 8080. And then we've got 5 more rounds of big stuff. And while the poll is underway, we are looking at all of the sets that have the Lego group seem to be pushing. I don't know if they're going to be adding more sets on. So obviously, if there's any sets that you're hoping goes into a Lego sale, let me know. And I will then, once we've done the Lego website, we'll check the other websites in the UK and see if their Christmas sales have started for pre-orders and things like that early. Because normally it doesn't get updated until Boxing Day. Normally it's the Boxing Day sales, but they've changed all the header, all the face and everything like that. And yeah, because that's the one that we saw this morning, 60% off the Grimson Firehawk. So that's a huge saving on that. Shibo, good evening to you. Hopefully you're good. Again, Merry Christmas to everybody. Hopefully everybody has a lovely day tomorrow. You know the rules. We've got 6 rounds of 4 sets, 5 minutes a round, and then we will do the second chance while looking at all the Lego sets that have just been announced in a new sale. So Ryan is thrilled because I think he might he sent me something about Willy Wonka being, was it to do with it being the best set of the year, Ryan? And obviously you must clearly agree. You must clearly agree with that. No work excuses today, Shibo. So good evening, Sean, Brickford, Shibo, Ryan, and everybody else. And everybody that has liked the video so far, guys, thank you very much indeed, because it helps. It helps the algorithm and all that kind of nonsense. But remember, 5-minute rounds, get your votes in. We're just going to be going through the Lego website stuff slowly with the polls running in the background. Dear Santa, I can explain. See, these T-shirts and things like that just randomly pop up. I'm sure there's obviously a individual tab, but the amount of times we've looked at winter-related stuff since November and not a single item has popped up with regards to clothing, only the Nike trainers. Because when I went to Legoland Germany, you could get all the T-shirts and things there absolutely no problem. So is anybody tempted to get any of the Lego sets in a sale at all? Or are you guys and girls just going to wait now until January? Because the calendars are 50% off now. Yes, they are. So the Frozen and the Star Wars. Take a look at the advent calendar, shall we? They're 50% off for these. Don't know, some thumbnail from another channel came up. Had Willy's the best set of the year and the Death Star as the worst set. Well, yes, it could well be, but that's that poll done. So that's all right then. My favourite Winter Village set's gone through. I couldn't really care about the others. So Gingerbread House is number 1. What gets a second chance? Oh, it's a draw. That's all right then. So we've got a three-way going on in the next one. Now, when I say these are big sets, I've been really horrible for a Christmas Eve poll. I'm just making you aware. Just making you aware that it's not going to be the nicest of things. So you can have a look at the contents of this sensational 50% off advent calendar while I'll start to type the stuff in. So I know actually I won't go to that round yet. I'm just getting a little bit bigger. So we started off with the smallest one. And we'll just get a little bit bigger as we go. So good evening to Ultra Bricks. How are we? What set is best? Hopefully everybody is okay. Right, so we have got the shadow box. Now we all know what that is, I'm sure. I've just typed in something completely different to shadow. Oh dear, shad. There we go. That could have gone horrendously wrong. I wouldn't have been able to delete that. I put AG in instead of AD. So I'll let you guys go start writing that down on a bit of paper. Gotham. Going up against. Oh, there is. I've got to show you some of these just in case you don't know what these are. So we got the UCS helicarrier. So in case you guys and girls haven't seen that from Marvel, it's a big old thing. I'm hoping it's actually still on the. It better be on the Lego website. I won't be impressed if it's not. Lego Marvel. What set number is it? 70642 is what I'm after. 70642. So this is there it is. So this is the. So if you didn't realize this was a thing, this is under their Marvel superhero range. It's a big thing. It's micro scale, but it does come with the original, sort of like the original crew. That's going to be going up against the Doctor Strange. So we know what the Doctor Strange looks like. If it will work. Oh, it's so slow this evening. What is going on? So it's going up against the rectum, which is this thing just here. So you now know what that one looks like. So that one going up against that one. And then, well, you know what the others are. It's Gotham. So you know what Gotham looks like. Hopefully by now you know what Gotham looks like, which is the one that is on back order, which is this one just here. And that is going to go up against the shadow box. So the shadow box looks like Batcave shadow box, which is, of course, in fact, I can keep those two on there. So it's those two. So it's these two going up against Doctor Strange, going up against the helicarrier. You've got 5 minutes to get your votes in. On your marks, get set, and he says, I do it as one word. Yeah, it is one word. And you're off. So with regards to the sale, is that working? Are we live? Are we live? Yes. 5 minutes, guys and girls, to get your votes in. My Jabba sale badge is no longer on back order. It's been processed. Happy days. So hopefully you might get that before the new year. Good evening to Jay, who looks like he's eating eggs. Or he's eaten eggs and got an empty dinner plate. I can never quite tell. Never quite tell with Jay's bits and pieces. So just remember how this works. You've got 5 minutes to get your votes in. Winner stays on. The second place set goes into a second chance round later on in the live stream, and the other two get eliminated for the rest of the year. Simple as that. And I am telling you, after this, you have got some horrible decisions to be made. I have been really an horrible individual this evening for some of you, because I know some of you guys like Lord of the Rings, you like the castle stuff, you like Star Wars, and of course, I put them all in the same group. So I have been a miserable individual just for my own entertainment. But this is your advent calendar, which is 50% off. So the Lego sales obviously started. If you wanted to pick up these bits, don't forget these are good for next year, because they haven't got the year on them. So it doesn't say advent calendar for 2025. If you wanted, if you wanted to get this for somebody for 2026, you can do, because that's the one good thing about them, which is clever. They do not put the year on these at all. And it's the same thing for the Star Wars one as well. The Harry Potter looks like it's sold out. The other ones look like they've sold out, and it's just these it's just these two. So yeah, for whatever reason, they just haven't been as strong as sellers. Maybe Frozen hasn't released as much product recently. I don't know. But the fact that there's some 60% off certain sets as well, it does seem to be that there's some strong things in the sale. Kiara's cooking beef hash. Didn't have a lot of emojis. Well, it wouldn't have been a cow with, I don't know, been penetrated? I haven't got a clue. John says, corned beef hash. I'm on my way. There you go. You've got a Christmas Eve date, Jay and John. Isn't that sweet? Ready to Destroy. Congratulations on your Lego set. Oh, no. Recap the sets I didn't see. Sorry, Sean. I had the poll over the top of you. So you've got the Shadow Box from Batman going up against Gotham, going up against Doctor Strange. The one that you might not have seen is this. This is the big helicarrier. Just remember the rules. First set goes through, guaranteed, for the live stream on New Year. The second place set goes up against another second place set of this evening. And it's how I've got the boxes written. So you got, in the last two live streams, it was the Harry Potter big sets going up against the Harry Potter small sets. And then we put a small and big set together as a second chance. So it's just lucky dip of what they go up against. But you have only got 5 minutes to get your votes in. So it's the helicarrier going up against these two, going up against the big Doctor Strange set. This is on the Lego website as we go. Everybody that has liked the video so far, thank you very much indeed. So Minister Earth, yes. Now, the big question is it going to be a micro scale thing like the Colosseum or the Harry Potter castle, or is it going to be like the eyeball? Because this is what a lot of people want. Because, of course, this helicarrier, this is technically, this is one of the first MIDI scales, I think. Thinking about it, because this came out years and years and years ago. So what they did, obviously, they gave all of the minifigures on a stand. The helicarrier is massive, but you can see everybody in micro scale just down on that bit just there. They did the Hogwarts castle. They made the big one. See, the only thing is I can see them with this Earth is Turth, whatever, however you pronounce it. I can see them doing it more than one way. So I can potentially, because I thought they might have done it how they've done the Harry Potter stuff with regards to it being in sections. Unless they're just doing a one and done and ticking it off every single year. Rivendell clearly, as we've said, is their UCS Falcon. So that's now been extended, I do believe, by 2 years. And supposedly, going by the information in the chat, that the first set out the 3 to retire is going to be the Shire. So the Shire is going to have the least shelf life, which is no surprise, really. But yeah, it's just one of those, isn't it? So Reddit Destroyer wants a 6,000 piece minifigure scale helicarrier. That thing would be enormous. So has anybody got any builds over the Christmas period? Is anybody doing anything exciting? Right, I'll catch up with the chat in a second because your 5 minutes is up. That's it. You get 5 minutes per round. We've got plenty of rounds to get through. You've got to get your votes in. So the Shadow Box won that set. Hey, the Shadow Box has actually won a thing. And it's Gotham. No, DC. Done a DC double. That's exciting. DC double. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, so I think a lot of people they're a bit sat on the fence with what might be coming. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I have a funny feeling it might be like the Colosseum, which is enormous, but all the detailing is micro scale. So we'll see, won't we? It's just going to be a good discussion piece as it gets closer and closer. I just hope not too many people are disappointed. A bit like what's about to happen right now, because I am a disgusting human being. You are you have the opportunity to vote for your Lion Knight's Castle. But of course, his winner goes through. It's going up against the Rivendell set. Oh, and I have vile individual this evening. So there's two. I said it. I don't do clickbait. It is the battle of the big sets. Going up gets worse. It might get worse for people. That's going up against the Avengers Tower, which is going up against one more set, which is on its way. If I just need to open up another tab, I've got too many tabs open. And that is going up against, once it loads, you can hate me as much as you like, but you are going to have to vote between the Lion Knight's Castle, the Rivendell, the Avengers Tower, and the Death Star. So I'm going to get those all up together, and I'll let you guys and girls carry on talking about the Lord of the Rings set, and I will catch back up with everybody in a second. So what we are looking at. Lion-Knights Castle going up against the Rivendell, going up against Avengers Tower, going up against the Death Star. Remember, winner goes through, second place gets a second chance. Simple as that. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. We're away. Right, let's catch back up with the chat. So, what's it going to be on this one? Who's going to get the first votes in? Who's going to vote for what? Right, let's go back up to the chat because it's good coming through. So John says, oh no, hang on. Oh, sorry. Shibo says, if Mr. Earth is taking the Baron Door route, lots of people will buy it. If it takes the Harry Potter route, not that much in my opinion. Yeah, so it depends. It could be like this sort of scale in the back, which is obviously very similar to the eyeball. But the problem is if they do a micro scale set like the Colosseum, which we'll take a look at in a second, it won't be minifigure scale rooms on the back because the Harry Potter castle isn't. They give you the minifigures that people want, but they give you the tiny little things that go in the back as well. So it's got to be one scale or the other because obviously the eyeball is minifigure scale, isn't it? Because it's all the bigger pieces and all that kind of nonsense. So the other scale, I don't know if they can do one on the front, one on the back. They haven't yet. Anyway, they haven't yet. So John said micro scale facades, the back will have 4 to 5 very small rooms. Yeah. So the only thing is with that, so we'll get the other sets up, is potentially it's the Harry Potter scenario. I need to keep that tab open. Let's do this one. Harry, which would be this scenario, because this scenario it's monstrous. The set is monstrous. They give you the 4 exclusive figures with it, as you know, but it's all much smaller rooms in the back. So it's this scale. So depending on how many rooms you want, because if John could be right, the rooms could be less rooms and bigger, or they do a Harry Potter castle, Hogwarts castle, shall I say, and it's all much smaller. Gringotts build now over the coming days. Sean is 5 bags deep. He's just touched the mushroom tip. He's only just started that. That's a slippery slope for you, so over the next couple of days. That thing is going to be massive. I have the Harry Potter main tower, UCS X-Wing, UCS ATST, sail barge, and the Doc Ock and Spider-Man train. 3 giveaways between me. Happy days. That's a fantastic haul, that is. Oh, and the skiff. Why not? Why just throw that in as well? Brickford says, all my new builds are currently staring at me wrapped under my tree to doing Mario and Yoshi tonight. Well, Brickford, let us know tomorrow what it is that you've got and getting. Jay says, I'm betting on the Witch King is the giveaway purchase. Kind of like how the Death Star is kind of minifigure scale. No, the eye's micro scale on the front, apart from the door, and the bottom is in the minifigure scale. Are you sure? Because putting that and this together, this is obviously all much smaller. I would have classed the eyeball as just minifigure scale. I would have thought, because it's like this. I would have thought. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. Yeah, because all these pieces are huge. Because the Harry Potter castle, it's smaller pieces, and it's not as they've all got like a different parts element. So I wouldn't have classed that as MIDI scale. But yeah, because it's all in proportion because how the stones and everything will wrap up into the back. But they could do it could be their thing for Lord of the Rings. If it is, then you're all laughing. Because if they just carry on with this thing that we're looking at right now, then happy days. And it just seems to be that way they can keep the other scale for Harry Potter, maybe. But yeah, because all that to me looks like it's in proportion. Because you can literally plonk minifigures wherever you want, and it works to be okay. Whereas obviously this thing, you haven't got a chance of doing that. So yeah, it's going to be very, 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 very interesting. You've got 1 minute left. Rivendell's in the lead. Avengers Tower is drawing with the Lion Knight's Castle. You've got to get your votes in. Winner stays on. Winner stays on. Well, yeah, but the thing is though, like the Colosseum, my cat can sit in, but that's the micro scale because how is it all depends on what texture they put in with it. That's going to be the problem. Because if they do what they've done with the Colosseum and they put like the tiny micro trees in at the front, then you know that you're going to be in trouble. I think they did that with this as well, didn't they? They put all they did all like the much smaller. They did everything much smaller. So the much smaller fascia, the much smaller everything. So this is what I would class as the smaller little scale, which I wouldn't think you guys and girls would be happy with for the Lord of the Rings, by the sounds of it. 5 minutes is up. Oh, we've got a draw on that. So Rivendell lives another day. And we have got a battle between Avengers Tower and the Lion Knights. So both of those will go up against the sets that are about to appear in a second. So we have got, talking of bits and pieces, the first one in the next poll is this eyeball actually happening on the thing next. So I'm just going to copy and paste it because I could type in eyeball, but anybody that jumps in will not have a clue what I am talking about. So Barrandor going up against the Shire, which is going to go up against the Daily Bugle, big one, going up against the X-Men Mansion. You know the rules. Winner stays on. Right, good luck. You are away. They're the next four big sets. So you've got the big eyeball, which is this thing just here, going up against the nearly typed in something completely different then. It ended in TER instead. So you have got the Daily Bugle, which is the big one, which is this one. And then you've got the one that I don't really think stands a chance, which is, of course, the X-Men Mansion. So what sets are going to make it into our New Year's Eve poll? And that is the fourth. That's the fourth one. That is the fourth one. But yeah, I'm getting the impression quite quickly that I think a lot of people would be annoyed if it was this scale. I would think it would be quite annoying for people. But you got the whole castle, didn't you, by doing it? So because the other, like the Colosseum, we were looking at that before, and obviously it's big enough for a cat to go in and everything else, but Carl O. There. Where is it? There it is. Just need to learn to spell. Simple as that. Where are we? So yeah, the Colosseum, this thing, for example, it could be like this. But this scale is the tiny scale because it's the little tiny cars on the front. So I don't know if you guys and girls would like that because that's literally the scale of the Harry Potter castle, isn't it? I think. Yeah, maybe. I think Jay might be on. To be honest, Jay, I hope for everybody that Lord of the Rings does have their own scale because it does seem to be that it's the only set so far that hasn't been treated to the tiny, tiny, tiny things. But this is kind of what, if it's going to be this big, this is enormous, mind, enormous in person. But you can clearly see just how small the trees are. But like I said, it's big enough for my cats to sleep in. So it's a huge base, huge everything. So, but again, with it, if you notice what I mean, it's all made up with much smaller bits. So it's a big scale and it's big on the back, but it's not massive. It's all because of the detailing on the front, all puts it in. And I would is this. This to me looks like it is just all much bigger, chunky bits. You guys and girls have all built it. So yeah, hopefully it will be a proper build on the front, and then you have their bits and pieces on the back. But I'm assuming this Minister Earth is designed to have figures walking around the front as well. So if that's the case, then hopefully the whole fascia should be. And if you're going to get loads of minifigures with it, then it's got to be minifigure scale, because like I say that. If you think of what's happened recently with the Enterprise and other sets, they haven't had a cockpit for the full Star Wars, the full team for Star Trek, have they? They've just been what it is. So you've got 2 minutes left. It's Barrandor versus the Shire versus the Big Daily Bugle versus the X-Men. Barrandor should go through on this, so that'll go into our final, and potentially the Shire is going to get a second chance. So it looks like it's going to be the Shire up against the Lion Knight's Castle versus the Avengers Tower when we come back round so far. So that'd be exciting. But everybody that's liked the video so far, guys, thank you very much indeed. It helps. Yeah, so if you see a big tree, Jay, then you can be immense. If you see the smaller tree, like you've just seen in front of the Colosseum, then it's going to be a little bit. What you do not want to see is that. That's what you do not want to be looking at. Because if you look at that, then it's not going to be fun. Not going to be fun for people for the next Lord of the Rings. But maybe, hopefully for a lot of because with this one, they just gave you the 4 characters and they just had them on a plaque and plinth. But this still was huge. And they gave you all of the rooms internally. So if there's a lot going on around and it's supposed to be like a city feel, then you might get away with it, which would be good. Yeah, it's never going to happen, is it? Let's be honest. It's taken us nearly 3 years and we're not even halfway through the first one. But I will at some point. 5 minutes done. There we go. Barrandor absolutely smashed everybody on that. So Eyeball is our winner. That's going through to our New Year's Eve poll. Happy days. And the Shire was I suppose you can class the Shire as sloppy seconds because there was literally hardly any votes for it. Now, next round. So we are on round number 5. This is my round now. This is the stuff that I really like. And I have to show these off to you because I don't think a lot of you are going to know what these are. So we have got the roller coaster, and hopefully it's going to come up with a big red roller coaster, because if it doesn't, then it's going to be a pain in the ass to find. This one. So you've got the big red roller coaster, which is literally the size of a table. I mean, this thing is just massive. These are the sets where because the track pieces are so big, you just get the luxury of having massive sets if you want to. So this is the kind of scale that I think I'm hoping for Minister Earth. But we've got 4 of the sets, and I guess it's just dependent on which one that you like best, really, because you've got the Haunted House, and then you've got the Ferris wheel, which is it going to pop up? Oh, it is. Oh, look at that. It's still on the Lego website, living the dream. So you've got the big Lego Creator Ferris wheel, which is this thing just here. And again, until you see these things in person, they are monstrous. You've got the Haunted House, which obviously loads of detailing on the inside of that, and that's the drop tower ride as well. The loop coaster, well, that's just, it says itself, it's that big they couldn't fit the set onto the box. Look, see, they actually had to bring it over the top of the box. They couldn't come back far enough for the pitch. I think that's like a meter tall. And then you've got the red coaster. So that's it. That's your next 4. That is your next 4. So we are looking at what is best. Red coaster. Loop. Coaster. Then we've got the Haunted House Prop Tower going up against the Ferris wheel. What's its best? Go off you go. So you got 5 minutes. 5 minutes to get that on. Lord of the Rings absolutely killed Marvel on that one. Yep, that's it. Well, this is the thing. The problem is, if I remember rightly, the smaller scale castle that they did, but on a much larger scale, was the biggest castle they did until your one and the one before it. So my potential guess is that they might do it twice, because they'll circle back round to it again, because it's something that they can do again and make a load of money from. So it just depends on if they would, because the problem is the momentum that they kind of lost with the Shire is clear if that set's been retiring first. So I don't think they're going to try. They're not going to screw up on Minister Earth. They can't really. But yeah, get your votes in for this one. You've got 5 minutes. That's it, 5 minutes, and we will carry looking at these. But yeah, Lord of the Rings spanked Marvel, and it also has the opportunity to do it again. But it's the Shire, Lion Knight's Castle, and Avengers Tower going against each other. So, what's going to happen with those? Now, in case Ryan is worried, I have checked in the background, and Willy Wonka is honestly still on ×4 points. How is that set still on ×4 points? I don't know, but it is. So yeah, it's we've got one more poll after this, and then we're going into the second chance stuff. So it's nice and simple. So the actual voting is only 45 minutes of votes until 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 30, 40, 45 minutes of voting. That's all it is. And then obviously we're looking at all the other sets as we're going. Winner goes through. Second place obviously gets a second chance. Third and fourth place get kicked right in the nuts, and they do not reappear. So we were tucking into this quite well, weren't we? Oh. Well, I hadn't actually. Oh, okay. I was going to say, we saw the two calendars. It's because it wouldn't have been with the others, because it's much cheaper. So you can get Friends now for $9.99. To be fair, like, with a couple of points on top of it, I know you got a, but if there was one or two bits and pieces that you wanted, and you had somebody to give this to next year, that would be a really nice little Christmas present for somebody, because this literally does have all of the gifts. It has all the people in it. Brick Together, how are we? How is everything? How do you get on with your bill, by the way? So Brick Together is making the set that I wanted to get for my own Winton display. And I heard your question about Amazon. We've got a different Amazon to you. So no, it was completely sold out on their website. I started to do a little bit of research, and apparently you guys have like the main hub, and we over in the UK only have like a smaller area where they hold the sets. So yeah, it's one of those. But yeah, Jay says, hoping for Minister Earth is flat open back so I can place it against the wall. Well, it depends if it's going to be open or if it's just going to be complete. It depends if they need to put stuff on the inside of it, because how they're going to use their parts. Because I mean, this is the question, isn't it? This is the thing that we've been saying for ages. Is like the amount of people that don't want an open back on show, but would you be willing to pay for a shell of a set? So would you rather not have any internals and they just blank it off? Or do you think the internals of a set is part of the build experience? Because would people want to save money and have no interior and it's just a closed thing? Or do you like being able to take the photos and all that kind of stuff? Because some people want just to always push the sets against the wall, and other people don't. So yeah, you got 5 minutes to get your votes in. We are already on 1, 2, 3, 5, round 5. Nice and simple, round 5. Yeah, I think so. I don't see why they shouldn't. But then, yeah, the Shire was open as well, wasn't it? The Shire was open as well, I think. I'm trying to remember now. Was the Shire open? It's been that long. I can't actually remember. I think it was. Yeah, because Rivendell was open. Shire is open. Yeah, Shire's open. Yeah, so it's all. It is open. Yeah, of course it's open. Yeah. God, I had a brain fart then. So yeah, they've got to keep it all the same. But the issue you're going to have if it's a big kicker like this, and it's not a complete flat, it's gonna if it's like a big curve, you're gonna lose a load of space. So yeah, we've three. All three are open. Because obviously the Rivendell is because that's the first one I did. I just couldn't quite remember about the Shire. It's so much smaller. But no, all three of them are open. But again, the problem is with the Shire, the Lord of the Rings Rivendell, it kicks, so you can't really have it flush. I actually put the Monkey Kid waterfall up here, just to carry on with the waterfall stuff going through, and I put the A-frame trees around it, so that seemed to work. Right, 5 minutes is up. That's how quickly that one goes. Luke Coaster guaranteed to go through to the final for New Year's Eve. Then the Red Coaster is fighting for second place. Now, we have got when I say it's the battle of the big sets now. I will show you these in a second. What? Because I'm gonna need to show these off. Set is best because these are enormous. Enormous. So we're going to have the Eiffel Tower going up against the Titanic, which is giving flashbacks to Ryan already. That's going to go up against the Ninjago Markets. I've just gone for size, mind. Going up against the Colosseum. So that is all four of those. So we have got these coming up now. So you've got the Eiffel. We've got the Eiffel Tower. So I've just almost the four biggest sets available on the Lego website. So for brick count, that is anyway. So you've got the Eiffel Tower going up against the Titanic, which apparently was quite a painful build from what I've heard. I know the Eiffel Tower is even worse to build. Going up against the Ninjago Markets. I didn't realize that was in their top 10 sets of size. I learned something new today. So it's on the Lego website. It tells you what the top 10 sets are of all time. Well, top 11 now because they've added in the death slice. And then you got this. So that's the four sets that you got to pick from. So you've got the Colosseum going up against the Markets, going up against the Titanic, going up against the Tower. What's going to go through next? Simple and as easy as that. What set is best? On your marks, get set, go. You've got 5 minutes to go. Right, let's catch back up with the chat. Who is going to vote for what? And we are going through. Yeah, it sounds that way. It's got to be, isn't it? Because maybe that's why they got smaller and smaller and smaller, knowing full well that they're going to get bigger, because the Shire is much less brick count than everything else. Much less brick count. But yeah, Brick Together was making up. Oh my god, the cabin with the set that goes up the hill. From Patsy. What a beautiful thing. The Summit cabin. There we go. The Summit set. What a gorgeous set that is. When I first saw it, I did try and actually order it for my Christmas build, but it just didn't. It just did not survive whatsoever. So what set is best? The Eiffel Tower, the Titanic, the Ninjago Markets, or the Colosseum? So that is the four sets going up against each other, and it's whatever makes it good for you. I don't really care if you just like the build, like the minifigures, like the size. They're all massive. I mean, the smallest set is this one here, and that's 2 base plates. The Colosseum is big enough for a cat, and the Titanic is. I wonder if the Titanic is longer than the Eiffel Tower. Does anybody know that? Does anybody know what it is? Because again, if you think about it, the Eiffel Tower, which is enormous, is also a micro scale, isn't it? Because they've got the tiny little shrubbery underneath. So that's something that they could potentially do. Could you imagine that, having all of these tiny little elements for Lord of the Rings, and you've got loads of these trees going around instead, and they just put all the minifigures on a platform? I think you guys and girls would be fuming with that. So yeah, but Jay says Jay likes the depth. He reckons it's going to be very, very deep. I'm assuming you're talking about the set. They should keep the back straight and curve the front. Yeah, that would be a lot easier if they did that. Yeah, it's definitely the best way to go. And it's going to be a whopper. Not a problem, Brick Together. Enjoy your Christmas. Enjoy your Christmas. Hopefully, you have a good time and enjoy the rest of your Christmas Eve build up as well. So thanks for jumping in. Hopefully you've enjoyed the build that you're doing. I'll catch the rest of yours on the replay because I do like to see your sets come together, which is always good. Right, you've got 3 minutes left to get the Ninjago Market, Colosseum, Titanic, or the Eiffel Tower voted for. And then we're going into the knockout stages, where we're just putting the two sets up against each other. Nice and simple formula. So yeah, you got 50% off the advent calendars, $9.99 for the Lego Friends. Let's be honest, if you're going to get them for yourself, it's worth that all day long. I'm assuming the reason why these F1 cars have gone is that these are the cars that have left F1, because we've got two new teams, haven't we? We've got Cadillac and somebody else, and one of the teams have bought over another one, haven't they? So I'm assuming the Lego group are having fun in games, trying to get all them off the shelf and get the next ones on. Kids and adults Christmas tops have now appeared. I don't know where they've actually come from. Yeah, it's stop. So we've got the cups. We've got the Captain America Red Hulk battle. Got the Mighty Panda. Well, there's big percentages off because you don't normally see 50% off in normal toy stores. So we will look at the other places. I'm going to have a look at Smiths and stuff in a second as well. So the most expensive set at the moment on the Lego website is $77.99, because that's the one that we started with. So I'm just scrolling through these really quickly in case there's anything else that's jumped out, because I know I'm looking at these at a different way. And then I am going to change website and just see if there's anywhere else. Because I want to have a look at John Lewis. I want to see what John Lewis is doing. Because, of course, they had the largest scale set still available. I don't know if the lighthouse has disappeared. I don't know if that's gone. So Santa Sleigh 27. Look at the bus. The London bus has come back for $6.79. So they got some nice stuff. Right, let's have a look at John of the Lewis. Let's have a look at John Lewis, getting to the Lego side of stuff here. What is the poll currently doing? How long have we got left? Got 1 minute. So Jay doesn't want the depth. He doesn't want the depth. Well, the Rivendell's a pain in the ass to display. So that's huge, as we know. Everybody's seen that. I'm sure everybody's seen that built. So as a footprint, the Lord of the Rivendell set is enormous. So if you're going to go any deeper than that, then you're going to just lose all space very, very quickly. So, it's about to finish. The votes are still coming in, but the 5 minutes is up. So the Ninjago Markets is going into second chance. That comes in at 2. The Titanic Co is 1 at number 1. And the Eiffel Tower and the Colosseum have disappeared and will never be shown again until next year. So I am on John Lewis's website, just having a look, getting ready to have a look. Start a poll. Right, so we are going to do the first two groups against each other. That's what we've been doing. So we have got the two smaller ones going against each other. In fact, it's a 3-horse race, this one. Second chance round. What is best? Right, so there's 3 sets in this one. We had a draw. So it's the Alpine Lodge is going up against the Post Office. They both drew, which is going up against Gotham. That's it. That's the 3 sets. You've got 5 minutes. Second chance. Winner goes through. The other 2 get deleted. And you are away. So Ryan has said... hello, sorry I'm late, been out drinking. Oh dear, that should be good fun for you. Ryan says the display case for my Titanic appeared to be as wide as my 2-seater couch. Yes, I would imagine it would do. Those display cases are enormous. John says it's basically going to be like the Baron d'Or. Ooh. So not knowing what you guys and girls are talking about, I'm just sat here going, yeah, okay. I haven't got to that part of the film yet. So all I'm looking at is girth, depth, height, size, whatever it is that you guys wanting to go for. But yeah, let's have a look at Mr. John Lewis. And of all the things to pop up first, bestsellers. We've got a bestseller apparently. What a lie that is. Shop all Lego sets is what we want. Has their sale? No, it's not started. They've lost. Have they? Have they lost their bigger ones or not? They've changed the way it works. It's moved high to low. They've changed the artwork at the top. Right, all three of those have gone. All three of those have gone. Lighthouse is now officially gone. They've all gone. That's what. Oh God, John Lewis has been busy. The whole first page has disappeared. They've got no stock left online for literally anything. Isn't it amazing? People leave it that late just to order stuff. I don't know when their cutoff point was for Christmas, but all of this email when available. Out of everything, the Viking Village is still available in a sale, whereas everything else I think was full price, wasn't. And then we've got all of these that have gone as well. The 3-in-1. Good grief! There's a lot of sets. They still can't get rid of the Juggernaut though. That Juggernaut is going well. Let's go. So Jay, hang on, where are we? So we've got somebody that's drunk. UC's drunk. Ryan's display case is society. So can you sleep in that then for your display case? Jay wants the Witch of King as he's my favorite. That's their favorite. They're going to let you down then, aren't they? He hasn't been announced. Makes me think giveaway, which could draw me to a day one buy, but rather than wait for a discount. Well, what the problem is, right? What if they give you a minifigure scale giveaway, but it's a micro scale set? And the reason why I'm saying that is because that is what they did with the Colosseum. The Colosseum was what the scale you saw, but it came with a limited edition minifigure with a horse and cart. So they didn't go with each other, but would people then just have to buy the set for the giveaway? Because is that giveaway going to be more expensive than the dragon, or would people just wash their hands and walk away? So they've done all these tricks before. They've done all of this kind of stuff. Apparently, girth is key. I didn't say that. I didn't type it. Witch King on the Fell Beast, should it be included in a set, not a giveaway purchase? Sean has put his foot down on that. Got a load of stuff in boxing sale this morning. Got x6 real scat and brick heads from Lego. Happy days. That's good going. So you're looking then, Jay. You're looking for the Malfoy Manor, is what you're looking for then. If you're looking for a facade. But then that would be flat rather than a full-blown depth of stuff. So price matched on that. So John Lewis has lost all their One Piece stuff. They've still got the Winter Villagey stuff though. They've lost so much, so much. Yeah, what was the giveaway? Because that was their Black Friday, the giveaway for that. I remember it. In fact, I own it. That's why I know I have it. So the giveaway was this. You got an exclusive chariot with exclusive minifigure for their Black Friday with the Colosseum. So they could do you dirty that way. Clone, hello. So how are we? Hopefully you are good. So yeah, they could do it all sorts of different ways. To anger everybody, or they could do it to please everybody. Let's hope they do it to please everybody, because it seems to be that the Lord of the Rings fans are more passionate than the Star Wars fans, and it's just going to be very, very messy. But yeah, that set that you just looked at, or this set you're looking at now, which is the much smaller scale, came with a minifigure scale giveaway, which was very, 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 very bizarre. Why they do those sorts of things, I have no idea whatsoever. But it is what it is at times. Obviously, the Lego Group is a little bit, well, it's crazy, isn't it? It's a little bit crazy. We are 5 minutes in, done. Gotham's won. So Gotham sees another day. The Alpine Lodge and the post office have gone for good. Right, now moving on to the second chance round, which we are putting. This is the one that you guys and girls are going to have to think about. There's going to be tiers in this round. So, second chance. And what is best? Right, so we have got the Lion Knights Castle going up against the Avengers Tower, which is going up against the Shire. That is the three sets that you've got to vote for. So you've got the big Lion Knights Castle going up against the big Avengers Tower, going up against the Lord of the Rings Shire. You've got 5 minutes. Off you go. Simple and as easy as that. Yep, so we think it's going to be basically like Barrandor. Well, they're all the same, aren't they, for the Lord of the Rings stuff with regards to openings at the back. So if they keep it that way, then you'll be fine. You might get yourself some more brickheads, maybe. Maybe not. But yeah, I guess that's going to come out. What? When is the Lord of the Rings one due? Because they've always done it on the same. They always done it on the same month of every year. But this is the one that the two go home. Two go home. So what two are going to get kicked out? Is the Shire going to go? Is the Avengers Tower going to go? The Lion Knights Castle got into our top 32 final last time. So you've got the Avengers Tower, which is this thing going up here against. Oh, I don't think the Shire stands a chance. So I'm not even going to bother showing the Shire off. It's going to be a two horse race for that. It's going to be that versus this. Which do you think's best? Simple as that. Lion Knights versus the Avengers Tower, both packed full of minifigures, both packed full of everything. So what's going to get through? What's going to get through? June, says Sean. June 1st, June. Lion Knights, easy, it's so good. I have one for resale, so tempted to keep it, but it doesn't fit with my Star Wars Lord of the Rings sets. Well, no, that is very true. So yeah, I don't think you can have the Death Star landing in the Lion Knights Castle. So, and well done, Cheeky Monkey, for getting Jay's dinner ready. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. Interesting to see what the Lord of the Rings stuff is going to do. But if it's not what you think it's going to be, I think you lot are going to be absolutely raging. So if they go down the Harry Potter route or they go down anything else and they just try and give you all the detail on a huge scale thing and they just put all the minifigures on a nice little stand for you and go have a display piece rather than something that'll go with the others, I think it's going to be I think there'll be more controversy over that than the actual Death Star if they don't get it right. And the Death Star, everybody kicked off about. So yeah, it's going to be fruity. But at the moment, we are 60. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. We're 50-50 now for the Lion Knights Castle and Avengers Towers. You've got 3 minutes to get your votes in. So 3,000-ish Marvel set. That's going to be a Doctor Strange scale, then, isn't it? So whatever net will be about that big. I would imagine that'd be a Strange-esque. Yeah, because the Daily Bugle and the Avengers, the Towers, they're 5+. So Doctor Strange is around the 3 because that's what the modulars are roughly. So, well, people got to get the votes in. We've got 2 minutes left. We can't have another knockout round between these. We have to have a winner because these two don't go through. We have lost so far. The sets that we have lost are the big yellow Lego truck, the red double decker, the big city tower, the no limits race car ramp, We've lost the sail barge, the snow speeder, a Sultan Hoth, Cloud City, the space bus, the rocket launch pad, Series 23 and Series 16 of the minifigures, the yellow submarine, yes, the Beatles one from the Lego Ideas, the table football, the Flintstones have gone. Sesame Street's disappeared, Sonic the Hedgehog has disappeared, but Winnie the Pooh won that round. We have also lost the Treehouse, Ship in a Bottle, Voltron, Power Rangers, and the Gardens have all gone. The Lego Friends sets disappeared. The Office is gone, and the Viking, the Tuxedo Cat, and Jaws. So yeah, we've lost that. That was just the first big one that we did, and then yesterday we've lost Hogwarts Hogmeade, the Night Bus, the Hagrid motorcycle, the big, and then go to Bricklink sets, the big bowling alley. The Lego Store and Studgate have all gone. The Mountain Fortress and the Lost City have disappeared. So what went through was the big construction site, the Seaside Market, and the Adventure in Transylvania. For Disney, you lost the Disney Castle and the Disney Train Station, the Pixar Lamp, Cruella de Vil, and the Toy Story Celebration. So they're not going to make it to our final. So really got to get the Avengers Tower next year. It goes on offer. Well, it's got to go on offer at some point. I mean, obviously, it's just going to sell out very, very quickly. Daily Bugle, though, don't forget the Daily Bugle did not make it to the end. Now, I can't end the poll until somebody else votes because we can't finish this poll on a 50-50. So Shibo says, we're supposed to finish the castle on my birthday today. Oh, Shibo's birthday today. Happy birthday, Shibo. We got stuck on a bag, stuck on bag 24, and have to go to work in half an hour. If anyone hasn't built this masterpiece, it won't get it. I can't praise it enough. Jay's hoping for a no. Wait, they've got to, I think, because they haven't got any length at all. But then the problem is the Beauty and the Beast castle is still available. So it might be 27. You might get another big castle. Right, looks like we got another vote in. Avengers Tower has officially knocked out the Lion Knights Castle, and the Lion Knights Castle will not compete in our top set for 2025, as voted by you. There you go. There we go. I'm sure there'll be tears over that. I'm sure there'll be tears. In all fairness, they did draw against each other the first time around. The Shire, well, just got absolutely spanked. We've got another vote to come. Another one to come. Right, this is just a 2-horse race, and I think it's going to be a disaster for one of the sets. So this is the last one. Last poll. So this is the last of the second chances. We've got the Loop Coaster going up against the Ninjago Markets. I own both, so I will pick the winner if it draws, because it's just easier for me that way. Good luck. 5 minutes. You've got the Loop Coaster, which is going to pop up on your screen in a second. You got this one going up against the big Ninjago double place bait. This one. Now, I have actually put a Ninjago, I posted a Ninjago video of placing Christmas special. So if you're bored and you can't fall asleep, I will send you the link of that, because it is... Obviously, it's called a really nice, clean title. 7.5 base plates of length. Simple as that. So, yeah, did a little bit of a Christmas special for everybody. And I've actually got them all placed for the first ever time. And I think, to be fair, they look really nice. I think they look good. So this is the one. Good evening to you. How are we? How was the stream before? Hopefully you are good. So you have got your chance to save the Ninjago City Markets. We've got a 2-horse race. Ninjago versus the Loop Coaster. Winner goes through to the finals. Loser gets sent home until next year. That's it. Simple as that. So really nice looking sets. Ninjago versus the Loop Coaster. And then we'll have a quick look at the stuff that's in a sale. And then we will end end the stream. Simple and as easy as that. So that's how quickly we're going to try and get through some of these polls. We got through we did 9 rounds in an hour. So yeah, who's going to go through? Thanks for everybody that's liked the video so far. At the moment, it's a 50-50 split between the Loop Coaster and the Ninjago Markets. Now, I'm neutral on this because I own both. So yeah, it's just whatever you think's best. Do you think the Loop Coaster is better than the Ninjago Markets or vice versa? So you've literally got the neck-breaking Loop Coaster, which has, I think it's like 100 and something stages to put the chain together. And when you get the thing to work well, it torpedoes round, and of course you can have that thing on a motor. So it looks very, very, very good. Also you can get some really nice photos like that. Or you've got the big mark, which, to be fair, I think is the second weakest out of all of them. I think from best to worst, it would go Ninjago City, Ninjago Gardens, Docks, this, and then the workshop. Because this is nice, but it's nowhere near as good as the other ones, which will be coming at a later date. So it's just big sets against big sets this evening. That's it. They are fantastic minifigs. You get all of them. They're fantastic things. They are. So Ninjago movie. So the completely different to the TV show. The film itself has Jackie Chan in, of all things, and it has a cat that ends up attacking the city. But you have got this really cool artwork on the front. I think there might be 2 seasons as well. I think there's 2 series of these. You've got 2 minutes to get your votes in. Ninjago Markets versus the Loop Coaster. But yeah, the minis do look great. You've got 20 to collect. You've got Lloyd with his mech. And then Cole, you got them all in there. But you got these cool guys, look. So if you wanted some like shooters of fish, and these are all the ones that get fired out of the volcano, which was obviously a play set as well. So yeah, if you want all these villains are Garmadon's army. For whatever reason, Garmadon has 4 arms in the movie. He does it really cool as well, Kai. Again, Lloyd with his breakfast, and then you got the selfie stick for Jay. And then you've just got all of the other characters. There's Garmadon in this one. So I think Garmadon, yeah, there's 3 lots of Garmadon with 4 arms because I've got all of them. So you've got Garmadon, that one. You've got Garmadon like this, which I own this one. I need to find that actually. You've got the sushi guy. You've got the cool Batman Easter egg underneath. I do like that as a bit of a reference. I think that's pretty cool. And then you've got the mum. Oh, you get the pajama one in this one as well. Ah, okay. So yeah, you got a good selection of Lego Ninjago movie minifigures from there. So yeah, that's great stuff. Hopefully you didn't pay too much for them. And they've got all their accessories and everything that you need because yeah, they're really, really nice minifigures on those. And if anybody cares, I think Smiths is losing this. So Smiths has this in a sale at the moment. And everybody's game plan, like my own, to get this set next year from Smiths when they do like £10 off every 100 spent, now might not work because it looks like if you do your store checker, they're not available at Smiths. They're all disappearing and going. Right, Ninjago Markets it was close, but Ninjago Markets is officially through. And so Ninjago Markets and the Titanic has gone through, as has the Red Coaster. So the biggest sets that we've lost is the big Ferris wheel, the Drop Tower Haunted House, the Loop Coaster, the Eiffel Tower, and the Colosseum. So that's probably about 20,000 bricks disappears straight away. But yes, happy birthday to Shibo. Sean is there. Hopefully, Shibo, Shibo's off to work as well on Christmas Eve. So everybody has just ruined Shibo's Eve. I just realised this. It's Shibo's birthday. His favourite set is the Lion Knight's Castle. Even said, look, it's a masterpiece, can't praise it enough. And all of you, out of spite, has gone for the Avengers Tower instead. What an awful bunch you are on Christmas Eve. You horrible, horrible people. God, I'm sorry, Shibo. I'm sorry. I'm sure they didn't mean it. I know. Yeah, so I'm screwed, basically. So I have got obviously the big ones for Ninjago, and then Evil. How are we? What a cool name. Hi to you. Hopefully you are good. We are basically just doing a load of polls of stuff for our New Year's Eve stream. But now we're actually going to be taking a quick look at some of the sets that are supposedly in a set. We'll have another look for sort of 15 minutes or so, and then we'll start to wrap it up. Is there any good sales started on any websites that you guys and girls know? Because obviously Legos is official. So I'm assuming whatever's in there, I can't see them adding any more than what's in there. I don't think. They've changed everything up at the top. You can see that they've added sales stuff in. If you want some brick heads, they're now down to $6.99 instead of a tenner. The sleighs, because you got the biggest sales are 60% off, aren't they? So I don't know if there's anything else. Kill Switch, that's a blast from the past. Like, you guys know each other? Ooh. Yeah. Oh. Well, it might come back as a honorary mention, maybe, Shibo. Merry Christmas to everybody, apart from Shibo, who is now having an awful Christmas Eve birthday because his favourite set has just just been kicked out for 2025. So for the biggest poll of the year, Shibo's set's been knocked out on his birthday. You lot are horrible. But no, I think, to be fair, the only things that are in this that you might want to get maybe are the advent calendars for a gift for people next year. But it'd only be it definitely wouldn't be the Star Wars one as a Christmassy calendar, would it? Because I think everybody can agree if you wanted the Star Wars calendar for your own stuff, then you're laughing. But there's no Christmassy on this. We had a quick look at this. I think it was yesterday, and you've literally got the droid, droid's dead. C-3PO is about to get chopped up. You got a head. I mean, to me, if you put a Christmas tree in the middle of that, screams a festive scene. So it's a great calendar, but I wouldn't give it to somebody as a Christmas gift because I think maybe that's why it's still on there, because it'll work amazingly well with the Star Wars stuff, but I wouldn't put that in my Winter Village display. But then I'm still quite surprised that the Lego Friends is still available, because that's $9.99, and I'm assuming all of those Friends characters, I don't collect them, but I'm assuming all of the Friends characters are in Christmas jumpers. I would imagine. Yeah, they've got to be, haven't they? Yeah, they've got all different bits and pieces on. So whatever that is, and there's a dog in a wheelchair, and you've got I'm assuming that's a fat cat and all that kind of thing. So yeah, because I think the Harry Potter sold just after the Lego City. Those were two really strong ones, like minifigures. And then I think the Star Wars one's still there because you just don't get enough characters with it to add into the display, and the pieces aren't that Christmassy. They'll work in a Star Wars display, but not necessarily anything else. And then, yeah, you've got a choice of loads of stuff with regards to 40, 50, 60% off in the Lego sale. But if anybody is going to be buying anything between now and the new year, let me know what it is, and I'll pick some bits and pieces up. You have it. Which one do you have? You see, what you're going to go to I'm going to pop to the Lego store on Boxing Day. Might get the Wonka. You must have been drinking. So Ryan is going to be proud of you. If you're going to pick up the Willy for 4 points, girls, it is the only set in history on the UK website that I think has ever been 4 points, let alone it's stuck on 4 points. So yeah, Willy Wonka could be yours for not too much money. We all think it's a nice looking set. Actually, Ryan, do you actually think this set's any good now you've built it? Because I got the impression that you were going to throw it out your window the last time you spoke about this set. So I don't have it. I've seen it in store. I think the minifigures are nice. Cracking Band. I see. Right. Okay. So yeah, happy birthday to Shibo. Sean's trying to soften the blow of Shibo's favorite set getting kicked out. But yeah, hopefully everybody has a nice Christmas period. But is anybody going to be getting anything in the sale? Yeah, I think, to be fair, it's almost like the channel mascot now for Willy Wonka. But I just can't make it work. I just cannot make it work. If I was to bring up one of my Lord of the Rings sets, and put this under the table and literally have the whole underground area as a chocolate boat ride, because obviously this is just a theme park ride, then I can make that work no problem. And it could go around the Disney stuff, and then it could stop before it got to the horror bit, and then it could come back around again. But I can't get the chocolate base plates. So because I can't get the chocolate base plates, it kind of it just doesn't work. You think they're retiring? Oh, December 26. No, I don't think it's done with time. I don't think this is done with times 4 points either, because what's it doing in the States? Is it still on offer in America over there, or is it just us? Do we seem to have loads of them or not? I don't know if the American sales start. There's on the behalf of the Americans, let's take a look and see what is on sale in the US of A and what stuff do you have. You got 30, 40, 50, 60% discount. See, you've got yours evenly spread out and completely different to ours. The first 3 sets are completely different. So your layout's different to ours as well. They've made it much more. So the Book of Creativity is the most expensive. That's the same for us. You've got some Ninjago stuff available, which looks great. So obviously this is just the stuff that's still not gone. I'm surprised the Family Tree hasn't gone. That Family Tree's been around for ages on the sale list. You got a lot of Sonic stuff, more Ninjago bits and pieces, really perfect for figures. You still got the Advent Calendar as well. You got the table decoration. No, I thought that was no, it just says exclusive. I thought that was retiring, but maybe not. You get 30% off the Spider-Man Sandman Final Battle. The Sandman's a nice character. You seem to have all of the different plushies available still, where they just I don't know if these sell well over here, or we don't seem to get them. Well, you got Peppa Pig, Animal Sanctuary. You've got another exclusive minifigure in that Harry Potter visual dictionary. So you didn't realise you do get exclusive characters for that. Shibo, you take care, sir. Have a lovely Christmas. Hopefully work's not too bad. Or if it's not work, your birthday party's not too bad. So enjoy your birthday on Christmas Eve. And then yeah, just enjoy yourself. I will be going live possibly tomorrow just for an hour. What time, I'm not 100% sure. So I just wish everybody Merry Christmas then. And if not, if I don't go live tomorrow, well, I'll be going on Boxing Day. But have everybody, if you're Sunny shooting off, hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Sean says I might pick it up, Wonka, and it can live on the toilet. So have you got a push down flush or a push forward flush? So I think that's not a bad place to put it, actually. So you could literally just you could look at it. I think maybe that's where Ryan should put his, which I don't think he was too impressed with his. I think he was thinking, oh, you might need to get rid of it. But oh, you got the Christmas tree puzzle. That's not bad. See, that's something like that's a Christmas. If somebody does into their puzzles for the sake of £8, four connecting 100-piece puzzles. Would this be an absolute swine to build, or would it be okay? All 4 puzzles connect. Okay. Oh, it makes one long length. Oh, it's 100. Is it 4? It's got to be 400 pieces. It can't just be 100 pieces, can it? Those pieces would be absolutely massive. Can you imagine that? It's like the pieces are the size of my laptop screen. Each 100-piece puzzle measures over 8.5. Yes, it'll be a good size. It's just go by base plates. Is what 3.5 base plates. Spent 2,500 insider points today on the Future Car as a part of the pro. See, that's a good call. Because the Speed Champion stuff hasn't made our list yet. So, I guess with stuff, it is people waiting until day 1 to get it with the giveaway, because you've got all of these cars to pre-order. Look, oh no, the Back to the Future car now in the UK is gone, isn't it? It's not available to pre-order. How did you manage that? See? It was available to pre-order, but it's not anymore. Unless it just blocked me from doing it. Maybe you could add some Technic bars for a flush feature. Well, yeah, and then every time when you flush it, the chocolate waterfall could start moving as well. So that'd be a nice thing to do. But yeah, we can't pre-order the time machine anymore. So this clearly was a pre-order, but I don't know. I haven't got a clue what's going on. But it's not exclusive to the Lego Group. Obviously, it's everywhere else. But maybe they've fulfilled all their orders, and now they're just trying to get some more in. It might come back on pre-order in a week or so's time. But I think a lot of people snatch this day one in store. I think it's going to be a busy time on January the 1st. Oh, right. Yes. That makes sense. I was going to say it's available for pre-order in other places, but it's just not available on the UK. Yeah, I think so. That's probably what they've done. So they've just probably taken it off pre-order because it's been on the website since it's like October, November. It came out. It was the first announcement for 2026, wasn't it? And the worst thing is it's already been reviewed. It got reviewed at the start of December, so it's almost this now almost feels like it's an old set. That's what I don't like. You get all of these new things. It's like, oh, it's not out yet. Oh, I thought this had been out ages. And you think, oh no, it's not. I've literally just got it. But it does look very, very smart. And of course, if you've got the Bricklink Wild West train or anything like that, I think it'll work. I think it'll work really, really nicely. I spent my last 2,400 points getting the mini aquarium from Awards and managed to order 2 DeLoreans before it took up. Happy days, Brickford. So does that mean if you've got the... Are you going to go for the big fish tank? Has anybody actually got this set, by the way? Does anybody own this? Because now with all the 3-in-1 creator sets that they've just announced, there's some more stuff you could possibly add to this fish tank. It's a big thing. It's got some moving features in it. That moves, the crab moves. It's just different, but they nailed it on the head with the smaller one, and they could have just kept it as the much smaller. But this thing's it's massive. But it's also I don't know. I don't know if it works. I think this scale might not. I don't know. Unless it's in yes, it might work okay. But it didn't quite look right in the shop window. No, I know the one you mean. There's a tiny one on the rewards page. Yeah, so is that the one you got instead? Or is that the one that you're thinking of getting? Yeah, because they've done a couple of different aquariums and tanks, haven't they? In the past. Which is because the sea animals and things were amazing. And then a while back, Trickle Bricks was telling us that this is the one. This goes for a load of money. And it's the 3-in-1. So they could have just redone this. But just different fish, different whatever. The size works really well. But this is really expensive now. So and then you can also get the one on the rewards page as well. So yeah, it's just quite surprising that they went for such a big jump. And nobody seems to have bit to that. But that's one of the sets I've never seen anybody. In fact, the aquarium is a set. I know we joke about the Willy Wonka, but I haven't heard anybody speak about that at all. But in case you are wondering, the Lego sale is now on the Lego website, and I think start to wrap it up. Pirate, good afternoon to you. Hopefully you are good. Hopefully the weather's good and everything else like that. Sean does like the little nod to the Nemo in the filter. Yeah. It is a bizarre thing though, isn't it? That bigger tank. 2, would you rather have Willy Wonka or do you have the fish tank? Because they've done some hit and miss sets, and they've done some incredible sets. But this does worry me that this is still on times 4 points. But at the same time, this might be the set that might be worth an absolute fortune if it retires early, because not many people are going to. Because obviously they're not still going to be producing the sets if they're sat in a load of stock. So at what point are they going to pull the plug on it and go, yeah, I'm not interested in it anymore, and then be done with it? So, but guys, I think we're done. I think we're going to wrap it up there. We're going to finish with win. I really hope every single person has a fantastic Christmas best you can. Whatever it is you're building, big or small, hopefully you all enjoy yourself. It doesn't matter what construction set it is. It doesn't matter on the brick count or anything like that. It's whatever's underneath your Christmas tree, from yourself, from Santa, or from somebody else. It doesn't really matter. But let me know in the comments on this video when the day happens tomorrow, what it is that you are building, what it is that you are doing. And then I will be going live possibly at some point tomorrow, and then again on Boxing Day. So we've got more polls to get through, because we know the poll takes an hour. So we can get through lots of sets in an hour with the second chance round. And then we're good. So we already have, we've got one. I can't believe you haven't yet. You've got 3 hours to erect it. Or build your bloody Lego Christmas tree. Do something. That's outrageous. Outrageous statement from J Soy Collection UK. Has not bothered. I'm sure Cheeky Monkey, you must have put some sort of decoration up on the banister, even a little bit of effort with tinsels and baubles or something. I feel so sorry for Cheeky Monkey. That is appalling, sir. Absolutely appalling. So, right. Well, on that note, enjoy your Christmas. Let us know what it is that you are obviously going to be getting, doing, and everything like that. Yeah, hopefully, everybody has a nice time, unless you're Jay, who clearly doesn't care. So there we go. Right, guys, take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your. I'll let you guys and go say goodbye to each other for a minute or two, and then we'll start to wrap things up. So take care, everyone. I'm just going to remind Jay of the Winter Village sets that are available, just in case, he's got any of them, like the giveaways that he might have. There's some stuff on John Lewis that you can pick up. I'm sure they might deliver to you now. There's a train that you could have built up. You've got the gingerbread stuff. There's stuff that you could do. I managed to do this morning. Mine arrived this morning. That's a really good scale set as well, by the way. So there is a Christmas video coming tomorrow. Like I said, I've got the Ninjago stuff as a bit of a Christmas silliness of me putting 7.5 base plates of length together in a straight line. So, right, guys, do take care. Enjoy the rest of your Christmas Eve and eat lots. Have fun. And I'll catch you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye, bye, bye.